Hello, everyone. Go ahead and take out your notes. We are starting with one-step equations, addition and subtraction. Okay, here we go. Solving an equation is like balancing a scale. I always call it a seesaw or a teeter-totter. Both sides must remain equal. Whatever we do to one side, we always have to do the other. So in order to balance this over here, I would need 2 circles and 3 triangles. In order to balance this over here, 3 plus what is 7? Well, my answer is 4. So we need to make sure that both sides remain balanced. The variable must be alone or isolated on one side of the equation. Isolate the variable by using the inverse or opposite operation. This is not going to make sense right now. It will by the time we're done. The equation must remain balanced, and then check your solution. Okay, so we are going to practice doing this. We're going to use models at first, and models are actually pretty helpful when you're doing this. It's the one time you're going to hear me say that, so if I'm saying use a model, it must actually work. We can also use Algebra Tiles, which I have in class. So if you decide you need these, you let me know and I will get them for you to represent the equation. Okay. So the big tile, if we look here, is our X. The white tiles are 1, and then the black tiles in this case are -1. So we have an equation here, and I have 1x, right? A single x, plus 4 equals how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So what is our solution? What plus 4 equals 10? Well, you can do this very simply. I know you all know the answer already. It is 6, right? And I could cross off these, and I can cross off these, and I find out that x equals 6. I do want to show you this algebraically, though, and I'm going to do that off to the side. So I have x plus 4 equals 10. Now, I want you to realize today and tomorrow, super easy, okay? But they get more complicated, so even when they're easy, I need you to follow these steps. So you write our equation down. The first thing I want you to do is draw a line down the equal sign, because this is where the balance on that scale comes down. So our first step is to give me the inverse operation. What is the opposite of adding 4? Hope everyone said subtracting 4. So we're going to subtract 4 from both sides, because whatever I do to one side, I need to do to the other. So I'm going to do 10 minus 4 is 6. Here's the trick. This needs to turn into a 0. If it does not turn into a 0, you did something wrong. Okay, so positive 4 minus 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. We did it right. We're going to bring down our variable, and I get x equals 6. Now, we are supposed to always check. So I write 6 plus 4 is 10. Does 10 equal 10? Yes, it does. We did it correctly. Okay, so let's try this one right here. It says write and solve the equation represented below. So I have an x, and I have plus 2 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. What is my solution? Well, 1, 1, 1, 1. X equals 4. Now, once again, I want you to do that algebraically off to the side, because it's vital that you not only understand it with models, but you understand it algebraically. Because in a couple of days, we're going to be doing two-step and multi-step, and you can't solve those in your head. So first thing, we draw our line, then we ask ourselves, what is the opposite or inverse of adding 2? The opposite of or inverse of adding 2 is subtracting 2. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. 6 minus 2 is 4. 2 minus 2 is 0. Good job, we did it right. Bring down our x, we get x equals 4. Okay, this one right here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 1 plus x. 4 equals 1 plus x. We're going to do this off to the side over here. I should have done it the other way, but you know, I don't plan these things. Draw our line down. First thing we need to do is ask ourselves, what's the opposite of adding 1? Remember, there's a plus here. That's why I said add 1. It's a positive 1. A positive 1 is the same thing as adding 1. Opposite of adding 1 is subtracting 1. So I need to subtract from both sides. I get 4 minus 1 is 3. 1 minus 1 is 0. Yes, it disappeared. And I get x equals 3. And so my solution here is x equals 3. And of course, when we cross off on our model, we find out x equals 3. Now let's try it when subtraction is included. Okay, so I have x minus 2, right? Negative 2 equals 4. Draw our line, okay? Opposite of subtracting 2 is adding 2. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. 4 plus 2 is 6. And then x, bring it down. This 2 minus 2 is 0. So I bring this down. I have x equals 6. Now remember, to do this, I have to create 0 pairs over here. So hold on. Gray, this one, and this one are colored. Okay, so now I have my 0 pairs, and I can cross off these negatives, and you're left with 6 over here. Now, I don't like models so much for subtraction because you have to remember to draw the 0 pairs. It's a little harder. You know me. I like algebra, but it's okay. You can like them. So this one, I have 7 equals negative 1 plus x. Okay, once again, draw your line. What is the opposite of subtracting 1? Adding 1. Bring down your x, do your math. Does this 0 out? Yes. So I should have an answer of 8. So I'm going to do my 0 pairs over here. I need a negative 1 and a positive 1. I need to color this guy so we remember he's negative. And I'm going to cross off my negative ones, and I do find out x equals 8. Okay? So we are going to practice these. I'm going to do these 3 with you, and then you guys are going to be off and running. So the first step, each and every time of every single equation, is drawing that line down the middle. Ask yourself, what is the opposite or inverse operation of subtracting 6? The opposite of subtracting is adding 6. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Bring down your variable. Does negative 6 plus 6 equal 0? Yes, it does. 6 minus 6 is 0, so that's good. 12 plus 6 is 18. I have x equals 18. Oh, look, I haven't been doing my checks. All you're going to do is you substitute in this answer into that x. So 18 minus 6 is 12, and 12 does equal 12. Okay, draw your line. What is the opposite of adding 5? Everyone should be going, subtracting 5. Good job, guys. Subtracting 5. So whatever I do to one side, I'm going to do to my other. I'm going to bring my x down. 5 minus 5 is 0. That's perfect. Always check this, because if you put plus 5 there by mistake, this would be 10. That's a key that you did something wrong. 11 minus 5 is 6. So I'm going to plug that 6 in. I have 6 plus 5 equals 11. And also this check, if you had added 5, you would have had 16 here. Obviously, 16 plus 5 is not 11, it's 21. So you would have been able to figure that out. Okay, last one. Draw your line down. Opposite of adding 3. Remember, this is a positive 3. That's the same thing as addition. Opposite of adding 3 is subtracting 3. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. Bring our letter down. 7 minus 3 is 4. This gives me a 0. Let's do our check. 3 plus 4 is 7. Does 7 equal 7? Yes, it does. Go us. Okay, you're going to finish this, and there is a challenge problem, but you guys can do it. It's just got a negative number in there. You're going to give me a 2 to 3 sentence summary. And 6 through challenge, and then 2 to 3 sentence summary. Our classwork is one of those riddles. So you guys are going to do the same thing. You're going to complete it, and you're going to tell me, why didn't Bob drink a glass of water with 8 pieces of ice? Hot, hot, bad mouth joke, but you know, that is your classwork for tomorrow, and then we'll have a DOL. You guys have a fabulous night, and I will see you later.